Quick blip up, quick sell down. There's a good 200, 300 lots that went in between 67s, 65s very quickly. As you can see here, now we're going to get the 61s. So look, there again, someone bought into him and he's reloaded and reloaded again. Sold, bought 20 into him, reloads, and again. And this is where I started to think, okay, the seller is still in the market. This is a good chance to get my shorts off and possibly look for a flag break. As you can see there, he's still reloading and reloading the offer. People are buying into him, and he's taking all the contracts he can. And as you can see, then we start to come off. And this is when you start to see bigger clips come into the market, and you can see the obvious change in price action and volume pick up. Now this was a good 30 odd pip winner. I'm not saying you're going to be taking the whole 30 pips, but there's definitely a chance to be taking a large proportion of that. Because if you're getting short around the 60, 61s area, you're essentially looking for a break of the lows. And on this type of move, you're always expecting some sort of flush through the lows when it happens. So as you can see here, we come back up to these 60, 61s, and there's still the seller is still in there. He's still absorbing contracts. So that's a very clear sign. Stay in your trade and make sure that you're managing your risk well. So as you can see here, again, reloads and reloads and finally takes it off it. And I think this is when the move starts to play out. And it's a very fast move once it does happen, which is why I said you need to pay attention to the volume, and that will give you a good indication, as well as watching the footprint and seeing the seller at 61s. This is one of the times that I would be quite happy to be selling into lows. I mean, once you've got this sort of flag break and you have noticed the seller, I would quite happily be selling a lot of these prices on the way down, and then would start scattering my bids further down to make sure that if there is some sort of blip and retracement, that you're getting something out of the market. So as you can see here, the sellers are still there, and there you go. You get a break of the low, and you can see this pick up in size on the offers and the increase in volume. If I remember rightly, this pauses for a couple of minutes and then has another big flush down to about 32s, 30s. What's also important in this is obviously it's an inverse relation with the gilt. So all the traders here will be watching their gilt ladders, watching the correlation between the two, how strong it's been, and then looking for a continuation of this move. And as I said, there's a little bit of consolidation around here, and then you get a continuation of the move.